Welcome to the table, Rant. This is going to be our second review of Power, and this is going to be season 5, episode 2. Uh,
You still James St.
oh
Patrick?
yeah,
I'm still black.
I take my power very serious. Um, so I think this episode, it was a lot that happened, but not a lot that happened at the same time. It feels like because I felt like it was a lot of setting stuff up, but nothing really went anywhere. It was more of like, okay, so we're building to this. This is what's gonna happen next.
I feel like it was a lot of revealing flaws, like revealing, okay, Dre thinks he's doing something, but maybe he's really not. Tommy thought he was doing something, but maybe he's really not. Tyree thought he was ready to do something, but maybe he's really not. So I think it was just a lot of like opening up secret doors.
Yeah. I guess we can kind of go into some of the story points in this episode. So we want to start with Ghost and Tasha, because it's
Sure.
okay. So Ghost and Tasha, they're still, I guess, mourning would be the best word to describe the mourning death of Raina. Tasha is in Raina's room. Ghost comes in. Question: do you think Ghost and Tasha gonna get back together? Oh, as a matter of fact,
No.
I guess the bigger question I want to know is, what is going on with them right now? Because it seems like they're both staying at the house.
I think they're just coexisting. I don't think they're going to get together because back to what we were talking about on the first one about how she keeps reeling in calling him Ghost.
Yeah.
When she went to go meet with Angela, Angela was like something Jamie, and she was like, you cannot get Ghost. Like she's still making it a point to call him.
Yeah, I think that's a good detail, because maybe the first episode they just was doing it, but it's clear that they're trying to make it like a thing that
And
she doesn't see
in a
him
public
as that.
place, and she
Yeah,
still
right.
was like,
She sees him as Ghost now. She doesn't see Jamie anymore or James. She sees Ghost, and like
she doesn't see her husband, she sees the drug dealer killer.
yeah, right. What she said at the end, after they went to a
Grieving counseling thing.
they went to a grief counseling
Or
and-
grieving group.
Yeah, grieving group at the church. So Tasha can kind of talk out her feelings. Ghost kind of muted her. He told her, basically grabbed her hand, made sure she didn't say anything. At the grief counseling meeting, this is going to be something that sets up in the future. They heard a story about a family who lost their son to a drunk driver. We'll come back to that. And Ghost, I feel like, is kind of wanting Tasha to move on, but doesn't want Tasha to speak her feelings. Like or Jamie is kind of just like, be strong, be strong. That's what you're supposed to do, but she can't be strong. That's her daughter that just died, and she can't talk to you, and she can't talk to other people. So I feel like that's why she lashed out at the end of this episode. It's like,
I don't feel the same about that.
No.
I don't feel like he's expecting her like, be strong, get over it. I feel like he's like, we can't handle this like other people would handle it because of the circumstances, because our son is now involved, because not only did our daughter get killed, but our son killed the killer. So I don't think that he's more so trying to tell her to be strong as much as he's just trying to tell her that it has to stay within the confines of our own four walls, for lack of a better term.
but she needs to talk clearly, because she's
a mother who lost her child. Like, I can only imagine. I lost my brother, and that's a struggle. And I've lost a sister, that's a struggle. And you're talking about losing your child. Like, this is somebody who, since before they even knew themselves, that you knew. So, that's hard for anybody. And I think everything that they're showing is fair. That one moment she's like, her emotions are intensely high. Another moment she's like down underneath a rock. I think that they're depicting that really good.
Yes, and I think Ghost as well, because he's like clearly hurt, but he still has to go to work. So it's like,
but they're depicting it good as a black man who lost his child too, because it definitely is in black families, like, you're always taught to keep your problems. We don't talk about it. Like, we keep it here, and as a man, I'm just gonna go handle it. And he decided to let his frustration out for sure. On that guy.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. So now, one thing we didn't add, what is the senator's name? I can't think of his name.
Something Tate.
Yeah, Tate.
Well, it's Lorenz Tate.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Lorenz Tate character was trying to get Ghost and Tasha to come to do a press conference and
offer an award.
Yeah, offer a reward for finding Raina's killer or information for Raina's killer, and basically just so they can look good for an investment group that they're working with. Tasha said she couldn't do it. Ghost told Tate that. Tate then tells Ghost like, "Oh well, I'm going to throw a fundraiser or a gala or something like that."
He was doing some other conference and he was like, "Yeah, she can just come and at least get a feel for it."
Yeah, right. So they get there. Turns out
full out setup.
Full out press conference, which was kind of dumb to me because they could have just walked out. Like, as soon as they seen that going down, like he hadn't even introduced them yet, so they could have just turned around. But then it would have
bad for business, because then the question would have been, why would your business partner have walked out like that when we're doing something for his daughter?
I mean, yeah, but why would they? I mean, they walked in the back, no one saw them, so it's like.
No, they were right there in the middle. When he called them out, they were right there.
That's
in
what I'm
the
saying.
Center of the
Before they even got to that point, like you could see it's a press conference.
Yeah, but if I am direct eye contacting like this, or if I do my hand like this, the whole crowd's gonna go. So
I'm talking about Ghost and Tasha. As soon as they walked in the room, they should have known that what was going down. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, so Tasha then lashes out at Ghost.
They just didn't even take it in. Like, I feel like they just walked in and just saw like stuff was happening. Let me just find a seat. I don't even think they started to take in anything.
Tasha then lashes out at Ghost because she feels like he set her up when, in fact, Tate set both of them up. But I mean, Ghost's word is not worth anything with Tasha, so it doesn't really matter. So she lashes out at Ghost and tells him that he's a murderer and drug dealing killer, I guess was what she said. What was it? A murder? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, a murderer is a killer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so that's pretty much Tasha and Ghost. I don't think we left anything out there. So moving on to Tommy. Tommy, I think, is like, he's put himself in a lot of, let me see, he's burning the candle at both ends, let's put it that way, because on one hand, his supplier is now on his ass. His dad's mafia buddies are now on his ass. And you still have the main task in hand, which is Dre. He just took your whole setup, and now you have to figure out a way to pay off your supplier. You got to figure out a way to make it right for your dad's organization. And this is coming off the heels of Tommy just deciding to hire some hitmen when he was told not to. The hit went bad. This all happened in episode 1. The hit went bad, and boom. Now it falls back on Tommy. Also, Tommy promised that he was going to be able to run they're Serbian, right? He was going to be able to run the Serbians' business. But the Jimenez cartel has now shut that down. So now Tommy has to figure out how to make $2 million for the Serbians, plus has to figure out how to just work. So I feel like Tommy, being the impulsive person that he's shown that he's been the last few seasons, is just, I feel like Tommy's setting himself up for failure, and ultimately he's probably going to get him killed.
So here's my thing with Tommy. First and foremost, what Tommy fails to realize is he's never been a boss on his own. He's always been the co-pilot. He has never been the pilot. Mm-hmm. He's always been Ghost's co-pilot. That's first and foremost.
Or at least has somebody working next to him.
He's never taken the situation on his own. So now that he's like, well, I'm going to kind of run on my own, he's experiencing and realizing it's more to it to being a boss than let me just pull out a gun and yell real loud and make my mouth tight like somebody's mama, and that's going to make something happen. 1. 2, now that he has gotten involved with his with Terezi.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that he's Tourette's, now that he's gotten involved with his dad's family, I think that he's realizing that he's also way in over his head, because these are some old school gangsters, been there, done that, doing this for a long time. And Tommy's on some like make it go away stuff. Mm-hmm. These people are on some like, I'm gonna do time for you, as his dad is doing, and I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Like a whole nother playing field for Tommy. Like this is some old school gangster stuff that Tommy is just not on, and I think he's realizing
the hard way.
I think he's finding out he's in over his head, but he keeps trying to fix it, and he's just making it worse.
Mm-hmm. I think so as well, and I think ultimately with Tommy, he's like a child, really, and he needs someone to guide him, and I feel like that's what his dad's best friend is basically.
Sammy?
Yeah, I think that's what he's basically showing to Tommy, like some type of guidance, but Tommy just doesn't listen. So I mean, and that's kind of is what it is. So that I think that's pretty much puts a button on what Tommy's doing in this episode. We also find out that Kanan is being Kanan basically, and is setting himself up for the future to take over. Once they get rid of Dre and Jimenez, he's going to take over Tommy's.
Because he realizes that Tommy is as weak as Tommy is.
I'm sure, but I'm also pretty sure that he planned to do this at the beginning anyway, knowing Kanan.
Well, I'm not saying this is a new realization.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
saying he's aware.
No,
Tommy is weak.
I'm just saying I'm sure Kanan planned on taking Ghost slash Tommy's organization from the beginning. Also, I didn't make a mention of this, but Ghost is back in it now because the Serbians, because of Tommy has now caused Ghost and Kanan to have to work for the Serbians. So Ghost is back in. He wanted to get out, but he's definitely back in.
Yeah, but he definitely said on this episode that after they do whatever with Dre, then he's done.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many times have we heard Ghost say he wants out and he ends up right back in it? Or matter of fact, how many times have we heard on movies and TV where they're like, "Oh, I'm out of this life," and they right back in it?
Well, I'm just saying what the man said.
Yeah, but I think Ghost, he's back in. You can't live that life. You can't leave that life. It is what it is. You try to put it behind you, but something always happens when you bring it. It comes back, and unfortunately, Ghost is. He's seen firsthand that now you have a daughter that's dead, a son that's a piece of shit, and your wife is gonna leave you because that lifestyle has caught back up to you. We're running out of time, so let's kind of breeze past the minor characters that had stuff going on. Angela, she's still investigating I guess the Jimenez cartel, but I guess they don't really know who's what and what's what. Her coworkers want her gone.
She's trying to do her job and still trying to cover her butt and do some undercover slick stuff too.
With Tasha.
But I just feel like, are we not going to acknowledge the fact that when you are in the military, I'm about to say the military, when you are in any type of law enforcement, there's access to what you've been accessing. So everything she's typing in, they can go back and pull up. Well, why did you pull this report? Why did you pull this? Like, she's not thinking about any of that because she's so worried about covering her butt that she's not being safe or smart.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie. Angela's story so far this season, I mean, we're only 2 episodes in, but Angela is completely, I just don't care about Angela.
Well, I will say this. I used to always want Angela to be the one she gotta go. But now it's Tyreek and Dre.
Yeah, I mean, she's still a good third to have to go, but definitely Tyreek and Dre.
She's not number 1 anymore.
No, she's definitely not number 1. Her coworkers want her fired because, I mean, let's be real, she's not great at her job.
They want her fired because they still think she's dirty.
She is dirty. I mean, as much as it seems like she's definitely dirty.
She's not. I'm saying that's why they want her fired.
They want her gone. Ghost's old lawyer, both of them are now
the little rascals.
Yeah, they're both now. Proctor's trying to get his job back, but they're basically like, nah, you're not getting that bitch back. So they had, what's the old boy that smashes Ghost's wife's name? I'm horrible with names.
Silver? Stern?
Yeah. Something. The black dude, the black lawyer. Shit.
I think it's Silver.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you might be right. He had to testify against Proctor. Proctor basically set him up like, so you've never had a conflict of interest with any of your clients, and he was like, no. Which, like, okay, we all know that's a lie. Any other minor characters that need to be addressed? I mean,
who cares? I want to say this. I was not as vested in this episode as I was the first one.
Absolutely not.
It was kind of slow. I don't care to break down the characters anymore. I want to say I felt. I think this episode was kind of slow. It wasn't a bad episode.
It wasn't a bad episode. Slow. That's what I meant at the beginning. Like, there was no real action, but it was a lot of setting stuff up for the future. It's like, okay, I see this is where they're going to go with this. This is what they're going to go with that.
But I feel like maybe the episode was necessary because you have to.
Oh yeah.
You probably need these prerequisites to get to whatever is about to come. But it just sucked.
It was hardly any action.
Second episode in, I was like itching, waiting to find out what's gonna happen, and then this episode comes, and I was like,
it was kind of a dead episode. But again, it set up a lot of stuff. The action, I guess the Jimenez cartel leader, he was into smashing chicks and letting people watch. We found that out.
He might,
yeah, he's kind of creepy. I think Dre is starting to realize he's in over his head as well.
Absolutely.
Because he goes in, smashes old girl, and old boy come in, and he's like, oh, fuck. He's like, there's nothing you can do. Like, he has to do what he said. And
Dre reminds me of people who it's their first time like experiencing having to lead a group of kids. You think being loud and yelling gets you respect.
Yeah.
That's not how you get respect.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did with whichever one that was that shot the 718 dude.
Yes.
He was like, well, let me just go here and yell. You do what I say. I'm your boss.
Yeah.
That's not scaring me. I'm more scared of my mother right now. That doesn't scare me. So that's not how you gain the respect, but that's what he's thinking.
Yeah, well, Dre's, I think Dre, I don't think he realized what he's put himself in at this moment. It's like, he's not his own man. He has to do what the cartel says. But every time you see Dre talk to someone else, he's acting like he's that guy, he's that nigga, but you're really not.
I think he's just really trying to strive to be better than Ghost, which is
impossible.
Showing his flaws that you're not.
You're not better. I mean, like,
you're not even Ghost at all, let alone better.
You're smoking weed and handling business. Ghost would never. It's like, you know what I'm saying. It's like small things like that. It is what it is.
Okay, before time up, do you want to get to the fact that Ghost did that last thing?
Yes, I was gonna make a mention about Ghost. We ended the episode. Ghost finds the guy that killed the couple in the
grieving group.
The grieving group. He found the guy that killed their son, or did they say son or daughter?
Their son. Luke.
Killed their son and. Caught him at a liquor store. He told him, hey man, you can kill somebody from drinking, and the guy kind of blew him off. So Ghost runs upon him with a knife, and
that guy did not blow him off. He made it very clear. He was like, F you.
Yeah.
He made it very clear that yes, I killed somebody. I don't even know the kid's name, and it don't matter because I'm still trying to get drunk at this moment.
Well, I'm pretty sure Ghost ends up stabbing him over 40 times. He stabbed him. It was overkill.
It was like he was in prison.
But yeah, right. Ghost. So basically, we've seen that Ghost is.
He is a father scorned, so he's taking his anger out.
He's letting his frustration show by
rage,
by murder. As you can tell by kind of our review, this episode was. It's a lot of context in this episode. It's not a lot of action. So it is what it is. We're going to see what happens next week. Maybe it picks up next week. I'm sure next week it'll probably be a little more story, but you know.
I just still love this show so much, even though I didn't love this episode.
I do love this show. I hate the people on this show, though. Like Ghost is a piece of shit. Tasha's a piece of shit. Angela's a piece of shit. Tommy's a piece of shit. Everybody on the show is a piece of shit in a different
pile
way.
Of poop you're going to like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's just like Ghost is like a smaller pile. Tasha's a smaller pile. And Tommy, I guess, are smaller piles of shit. And then Angela is like, I just hate you.
I think Tommy is a big steaming pile. And so is Tyreek because
Tyreek's the biggest pile of shit.
Messy.
Tyreek, you let your sister die, and the guy that is part of your sister dying, you're helping him. So it's just like, Tyreek, mind your fucking business. This would have never happened had you not minded your business. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is with Tyreek. So fuck Tyreek. Let us know what you thought about Power. Episode 2, season 5. Season 5, episode 2, I guess would be the better way to say that. We liked the episode, just really slow. Wasn't really much that went down action-wise. So, that's the table rant. You have anything you want to rant about before we close out?
No. See you next week.
Yeah, and fuck Tyreek.